All right, folks, in today's video, today is going to be DoorDash UberEats Fiasco, episode 12, 11, 13. I don't know. I lost track of the episodes, but we're back for another banger of a video. How you guys doing today? We're going to be heading to Green Valley, Henderson area. Let's get to it. Let's get these deliveries. And then after the deliveries, however, we got to come back home at least by 6:30 latest, 7 o'clock the latest. Hop on the charts because we're going to be back testing and also trying to see if we can take a live trade at the same time to make sure that we sharpen our strategy, okay? Make sure the edge of the sword is sharpened when it comes to this back testing stuff. So if that sounds good to you, let's get to this food delivery first. Here we go. It works. Alrighty, guys. We have made it to the good old Henderson Green Valley area. We are right next to this place called, I don't know if you can see it. It's a place called Somi. That's where we're at right now. It is the weekend. It is Friday. Last week, Friday, in Summerlin was an absolute bust. We didn't get any orders. So let's hope for today that we actually get a good amount of orders. It's the weekend. We should see some popping. We should see some high-value orders. Let's get these apps activated, guys. And if you guys made it this far into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and enjoying this DoorDash and trading content that we have been creating for the past few days. So, aside from that, let's get to it. Let's turn these apps on. Alrighty, guys, so we have got our first successful order. It's a double delivery order. 2 Wingstop orders, 1 Coke, 1 Diet Coke. This one's the, I think this one's the, oh shit. Nope, this one's regular. This one's regular Coke. Yep, this one's regular. And then this one should be Diet right here. I almost got them mixed up, bro. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna drop these off, guys, and let's get to it. All right, guys, so we are heading back to base, back to Somi, the base area. That area is probably the best because that's where I get the most offers. So we're heading back there. The 2 Wingstop deliveries were successful. One was at a hospital and the other one was at a house in Seven Hills where I used to live, man. Nice ass neighborhood, brings back nostalgia, childhood times. You guys already know the damn deal. Just want to let y'all know that we dropped that off. We're heading back to base. Let's do it. All right, guys, so I'm snagging the other order. It's a 9.3 mile order for $10.50, but y'all check. Yo, you see that? Bro, damn, you gotta have a giant ass lady wear those as heels, bro. That's crazy. I never seen that, bro. I'm telling y'all, this reality ain't real, man. We really in this 3D world, bro. Like, for real. We tapping in. All right, let's go get this order, fellas. We hustling and we freaking bustling, like I always say. We snagged the Nick the Greek order. We're gonna drop it off to the customer. This one gonna be low-key a drive. But we got this. Let's get it, baby. We got to rebuild our rent buffer because the finances are looking not too good. We got to cut back on some stupid ass habits that we spend now. We're going to make another video, a separate video about that. But anyways, let's drop this off and let's go. Alrighty, guys. So, unfortunately, we have some unfortunate news that kind of interrupted our vlog vibe. My job called me and offered me a shift for 7 p.m. And my stupid ass, my dumb ass, ended up passing it up, thinking that, oh, I'm not gonna have the time, because my mind was rationalizing how far this delivery I just did was, which was like 10 miles away or like 9 miles away from where we were at in southeastern. So I called them, and what I did was like, you know what, let me call back immediately. So I immediately called my job back and I was like, hey, do you guys still have the shift available? And they're like, oh, unfortunately somebody took it. So I was like, hey, I apologize for passing it up. I was like, I'll definitely take the next one. They're like, okay, no worries, have a good day. All right, so it is what it is, guys. Sometimes you make a rational decision making. It just happens in the moment. I just wanted to also document that whilst I'm on the way back. Yeah, guys, I just want to let y'all know too that we had completed the second delivery successfully. Like I said, this one was a drive. We got about 7 miles to drive all the way back to Somi, where we were at. Eastern, like I said, that is like one of the hottest areas and best areas in Vegas as well. That I've been getting pretty good offers. You know, I think this is definitely better than Summerlin. I think this place is low-key overrated. I think Summerlin's starting to be a little, I'm sorry, I got that completely backwards. What I meant to say is here in Henderson Green Valley area, it is underrated, very underrated. Nobody really knows about this spot. Summerlin and Tivoli Village area is starting to be a little overrated. You know what I mean? So maybe it's different. I don't know. Maybe each week is different. I'm not sure. Other than that, we're gonna get back to driving here. I just want to keep y'all updated in loop. We completed the order. I'm gonna get back to base and let's see if we can snag some more. Alrighty, guys. So we have officially picked up the third order for the night. Back-to-back DoorDash, bro. We're up $20 for the night. That is another easy dub. We're gonna go drop this high value order off. Only like 4.1 miles from here, and it's another leave at door, so that's a huge plus. Let's get it, baby. Alrighty, guys. So we have made it back successfully, back at the Somi Somi area, back at where you can see Cafe Zupas, you can see all the restaurants. We are back at the hub. I didn't activate the apps yet. I had to take a pause to get back to base, but we originally were gonna stop at 6 p.m. Right now, y'all, it is 6:27 p.m. So we're gonna stay close to 7. I might call it a little early or might stop here. I got all these decisions to make. Initially what we should do next. The bag is pretty important too, but also fulfilling our appetite is also important before we hop on the charts tonight. So we're gonna get back home after this, after maybe the second to last delivery. Call it a night. Hop on the charts. Let's see if we can get a setup going. Let's see if we can get something going on Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then we're going to be back testing. We got to do 20 logs, guys. So we're really putting in this work. Since we passed up the shift, our disciplinary actions, we have to get back and force ourselves on the charts, all right? Because this is the career that we want to do, so we might as well put in the work with the time we have. So, aside from the yapping, let's get back to getting these orders, shall we? Let's do this. Oh, turn that down. All right, bumping that reggaeton, baby. All right, y'all. So, look, check this out. Basically, we got the other order right here from Volcano Grill. We're going to be driving, I think on the freeway, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, wherever this person lives. We're going to be driving over there. Let's get it, baby. I'm going to see if I can exit out this way. See if we can get a shortcut, because there's a long-ass line for In-N-Out over there. I'm not going through all that. All right, we'll figure it out. Here we go. Alrighty, guys. So we have returned safely home. Right now it's 7:49 at night. We did a couple orders. I stopped at the last order. That was all the way deep in Henderson, and it was like about 21-minute drive. So I made it on time back home. My mom hit me up and she told me that she made some dinner. So I told her that I'm going to do some content making, which I'm doing this trading stuff, which is part of it, and do some back testing until maybe around 9 o'clock, and then see if it's still okay for me to pull up at that time and eat some good. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, right now, I just want to show you guys the initial setup that we have right now. We're waiting for the 8 p.m. Candle wick to be closing, so I'm going to look at one of the charts here right now, see how much time we got left on the candle. We got 10 minutes left, 7:49. Yeah, we got about 10, 11 minutes. This is actually on the live charts, guys. I just want to show you guys the initial setup. We identified the high, we identified the low, so that's the live setup that we got so far. But right now we are on Traders Casa. Keep in mind, this is a completely different chart. I marked what time the Asian session has started right here and what time it ends. And as you guys can see, I'm reading my rules. So as you guys can see, this is the trading plan that we have physically printed out. If I can actually physically see it, our checklist. This is our one-page rule list to make sure that we don't mess up. Immediately stop loss, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to show you guys live and direct and looking at what we're looking at. So we start off with Asian session. I paused it right around 1:30, which is 6:30 here, Pacific Standard Time. All right, so, but I'm just gonna use this timeline as I record this for you guys. Anyways, so today we saw today's candle wick on this trade. This is October 24th of last year, and I'm definitely going to pull up the journal so we can get it started. All right. So today's date. So the date that we were replaying this is Thursday, October. So I'm going to put 10/4/24. And then risking 50, obviously. And let's see if there's volatility. So initial setup that we're looking at, kind of looking at like a flag right now, in all honesty. I'm going to do some technical analysis on this before we jump the gun on this trade. We can take our time because we're back testing right now. So we're going to do some technical analysis right now. And what could possibly form, oh yeah, this potentially, All right, so I think we identified another potential bull flag that has formed. As you guys can see, price went down towards a downward trend until we saw this massive reversal. The all-time low obviously was 65,000, but buyers bought back up, and a bull flag has officially formed, and that's what it's looking like right now. So I'm gonna remove this so we can clean up the chart, make it look clean. And what we're looking here for today, guys, I'm gonna zoom in a little closer, is we need this. Boom. All right, within that range or so. And then we are going to mark where today's high is. So this would be the ranging high. And this would be the ranging low. We're going to remove this so we can clean up the chart. Like I said, clean, the same mentality that I have in real life, guys. You got to do a clean as you go kind of deal, right? So if I'm not mistaken, okay, we'll leave that at red. And then add text here. So and then here range low. All right. So boom, we got it here, guys. We got live and direct. And then past the 315 candle is when we're going to see our potential entry. If price floats above 67,000, we're going to look for a long. If price floats below 67,015, we're going for a short. Just keep in mind that price can retest and price can potentially have a fake breakout or a fake reversal. So, or breakdown, you know. So let's play out the trade. Let's see how this plays out. All right, so boom, like, three, okay. So we're gonna pause it here, guys. Look at that. I didn't even have to say nothing. False breakdown, or yep, false. Is it false breakdown? Yeah. So as you guys can see, a bull flag looked like it formed, but price could potentially retest. So it just did a massive crash, another massive crash. So we're gonna wait for, like I said, we're gonna wait for entry. We are definitely gonna be looking for a short here, 100%. If price floats below this range here, then we're looking for a short, and it's looking like it. So I'm gonna mark on the horizontal. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I'm gonna let myself know past this initial candle wick. Once this candle fully closes, we're gonna be looking for a short for sure. So once this candle wick fully closes, we're gonna stop. Okay, so I'm not playing this because this is price just did a massive reversal. So okay, so price tried to retest, as you guys can see, and it could not break down. So we're gonna be looking for a short here. Boom. TP 67,000. Stop loss. Yep, perfect. Just right at range high. So let's see if we can. We're gonna do a sell. Do a limit. Okay, take profit is going to be 6, 7. Stop loss is at range high. Entry price should zoom market then. Should be okay. 200 then. Stop loss should be above. Okay, one sec, guys. Let me make sure I tweak this correct. All right, guys. So I just did the entry. Oh, and it hit a complete reversal, guys. All right. Looks like the initial back test had failed completely. It is what it is. I initially thought it was going for a short, but price did this reversal to the upside, and price ended up retesting. So we took an L on that. We're gonna log why it went wrong, what happened, and then we're just gonna keep going from there. So here we go. Okay, guys, so after pausing that initial clip, here we are resuming. So I want to show you guys after the first session, we have resulted it. So 1024, 1 hour size 84, volatility check. There was yes, because there was volatility during this trade. It was a loss. My discipline score was 10 out of 10. The key lesson for this was our system executed perfect. We had this perfect setup and everything. One small loss. It's part of the system, guys. It is what it is. Like I said, I thought I was going for an initial short, but aside from that, we're going to go for session number 2. Let's get to it. I just want to show you guys real quick. All right, guys, so we are resuming the charts. I decided to take off the headphones. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys. I just need my ears to be cleared. There's no audio playing, by the way, guys. I'm just using this as a microphone, just to let y'all know. But we're on the charts. We are on a new session. We're going to see if we can go for a pretty good one, not a long one. All right, anyways. Boom, perfect. How we know that we are heading into the Asian session, I'm going to mark it, boom. And then we're going to also mark it with another vertical as well until 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. UTC time and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyways, let's play it and let's see what it does. I'm going to speed up a little bit because we're close to the session, and then we're going to highlight with the purple box, and then we're going to get the setup, and then we're going to see where the market goes past 8:15 p.m. We're going to follow our rules here. All right, here we go. Close to Asian session start. Wait for the first candle to form. So boom, first candle form. I usually wait for the second one to form. 2 to 3 candles usually, just see where it's at. All right, hitting a resistance. We see a measure, okay. Okay, so I think I identified where it's at. So boom, click on rectangle, kind of zoom in a little bit. Oops, move. You could go for that, but let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna resume it. Okay, I think I identify where the high and low is in this session here. I'm gonna keep the candle wick kind of tight. All right, cool. So now I know where that's at. Next thing I like to usually do is I like to add the horizontal line and then the vertical line as well. And then we are going to color code this. So it lets us know, okay, so red indicates the range low. That indicates the range high for the green. Right? I'm not gonna, oh, one sec, guys, I gotta pause it. Alrighty, guys, so here we are. We're back on the charts. I had to resume because an ad paused. Let's play out. Let's see what happens. So if price breaks above, okay. If it breaks above, our entry is going to be right at this 815 right here. Let me make sure I highlight it just to make sure I know, let myself know. So boom, that would be my entry. Just short, shy past this. Okay, so price is definitely shooting above. All right, so I think this is going to go for a long here, if I'm not mistaken. We see price building up, so that could be a potential entry. Let's play a little bit more. Let's see what happens. So price is rejecting. All right, price might go back down. So if price retests, okay, so now we can definitely go for a long here. The reason why I know is because price retested. So go for a long, right by here. We're gonna keep our stop loss pretty tight. Just at 73,000. 368, and our entry point would be at 74,000. So buy market. I think we'll do a market entry for now, or should we do limit? We do limit. So we're at 480. Take profit is going to be 75. 436. And then we're risking $50. Stop loss is going to be 73. All right, guys. Boom. Is it recording? Yep. So we entered into the trade. Let's see what happens. So you see a big giant candle wick to the upside. See rejection. See rejection happening. All right. Price consolidating down. So you see buyers and sellers fighting each other right now. All right, so it hit stop loss again because price faked out. So a fake breakout just happened actually. That's what happened. All right, another failed backtest. Here we go. All right, guys. So I stopped the recording of back session 2. This is back session 3, backtesting session number 3 here, and identified the Asian session here. So it's from 1 to 3, so 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. on UTC time. Just to keep y'all updated and in mind. So I'm gonna highlight the high here. Then we're gonna do this here. Make the screen so we know. And then we're gonna highlight the low as well. Range high, range low. Volatility check, yes and no. Oh man, we got it. Okay, I gotta pause this real quick, guys. Hold on. Okay, resuming recording. We're back to it. Got rid of the ad. So we're going to let this play out and see what happens. All right. Okay, price is kind of consolidating the box. We're going to realistically wait for, oh, whoa. Look at that drop. Look at that massive drop, guys. So this would be our entry. So price is definitely flown under this. Okay, so we're going to be looking for a potential short here. That's what it's looking like. If price doesn't, because what price can do and what it has been doing for the past 2 times I backtested this is my entry would be correct, but price could do a reversal, you know what I mean? But let's see how we can determine that. Let's kind of look at the bigger picture here. Okay, so we'll go from the high, the all-time high, all the way down here. If it breaks price, if we seen price do that, like breaks above this, then yeah, we're definitely going to be looking for, you know, a potential reversal. But that could happen. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that it is, but it could. But it's looking like it's going to be a short here. So we're going to mark the box here. Okay, stop loss is going to be well above this. And then we're going to keep TP right there. Perfect. We're going to open position. We're going to do a sell limit. And then entry price 709. And then take profit for 106. Stop loss is at 533. Oops. All right. Boom, there we go. All right, so we entered into the trade. We're going for an initial short. Let's see if this plays out. So you see price immediately reversing up. See sellers pushing it down. So if price is kind of flowing right above, if price pushes down in green, then we're going to be looking for a break-even trade. So as you guys can see, I'm going to move my stop loss a little tighter, just in case price comes back up. Might have to hit break even. Boom. So there we go, guys. We have, take a pause on that. Boom, guys, we got the trade. We got it. How did I know this was a short? Because, you know what I'm saying, price kept fluctuating. I'm not gonna lie, I kept consolidating, but look at that, y'all. We have took our third trade was a win trade. That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna journal this real quick and then we'll get back to it. All right, I was gonna do a separate clip, guys, but we're just gonna resume it off of the second clip. So we're on the the fourth backtesting session. We're doing November 13th of last year. So this is just the start of the Asian session. I'm going to let the first few candle wicks play out. But what price is looking like before we jump the trade is the all-time highs almost hit the same resistance. We are looking at a bearish sentiment happening right now. So we're going to go from the highest candle wick. But see, price broke above, so we could see a potential reversal to the upside as well for a long. But let's let this play out. Let's mark our charts. We already marked the session of what time we are going to be in, so I'm going to let the candles play out here. And then we will mark our box here. Gonna see what the all-time low is here. Okay, so I think I see where it's at now. Let's see here. Okay. So boom, we're in that box session. So now, since we marked exactly where it is, we're gonna remove these so we can clean up the chart. I like to have this mentality, guys. All right, we gotta pause it again. So as I were, so we're gonna mark our range high, and then we're gonna mark our range. Well, can you get that out of the way, please? Thank you. So we got the range high, we got the range low here. And then we're gonna make it green again. All right, cool. So now we're gonna let it play out. If price hits right above this green line, indicating for long, hits below here, indicating for a short. If price could float around for reverse breakdowns, reverse breakouts could potentially happen, but let's see. Because price broke trend, so a reversal, massive reversal could happen to the upside, or it could keep continuously going down. So we see this massive bull candle wick shooting to the upside. Now we see bulls trying to fight price up here. So boom, price breaks above, but buyers try to bring it back down. I'm not gonna do an entry yet. We're gonna see if price floats above here. So if it retests, floats above here. See, sometimes I don't immediately enter. I want to see where price is floating around sometimes, and then that's when I get the entry. Okay. So it's just barely floating on here. All right, so you see a massive candle wick to the upside. Yeah, so you just see massive volatility, guys. This might be a no trade. Wait a second. Might be able to go for a long position. You see how price was just floating? So we might be able to get in right here. Keep the stop loss pretty tight. So we're gonna open position here. We're gonna go for a long. We're gonna go for a market order just because. Let's So TP is going to be 88.872. Oh shit, I don't even know the stop loss. We'll just put 87.450. All right, perfect. Let's bring stop loss a little further down. There we go. All right, we have entered in for this long. Let's see if it plays out. All right, so you see this massive boom. Oh, nice. There we go. That was fast. That was fast. I mean, you just see price consolidating up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this means anything, but I just see price. That's why I didn't want to enter in too early, and I entered in right there, so I'm definitely going to take a picture of that. But that is another win, fellas. That's pretty nice. Nice little $50 win, bro. $50 risk. We won $50, so there we go. All right, I'm going to journal this real quick and get back to you guys. All right, YouTube. So that is going to end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making this content for you guys. We did some successful back testing today. I logged it. So we got a total of 3 losses and 2 wins. We're going to continuously work on them tomorrow. We got about at least 4 more, and I'm probably going to do it at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. to fill in that time, just so I can get myself mentally prepared live in the market around 7 p.m., assuming that my job doesn't call me. But if it does, then we're going to have to halt the trading process, and go get that money at the job, and obviously do food delivery too in that instance. It really depends on how the day will play out. But the morning routine is still the same, guys. Reading the word, praying, and make sure I get my mind cleared and have review my, trading journal that I created, and also find, different ways of getting income at the same time. But doing a 2-in-1 whammy where I can show you guys the process behind the scenes of what we've been working on, man. Starting off with living with roommates to being here on my own. It was a big come up, very humbling experience. But other than that, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video if we have one. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.